Good morning, Beachbody champions. I'm so excited to be here to bring to you today a special guest that is going to be talking about her new book that just launched this week, Ilana Muhlstein. She's going to be coming here to talk to us about You Can Drop It, her new book that is going to help you learn more about nutrition so that you can help your customers and coaches. Ilana is coming to us as a registered dietitian. She has a master's degree and she has been a lecturer at UCLA for several years and has a lot of experience and expertise in the subject of nutrition. And so we're super excited to welcome Ilana. So Ilana, go ahead and come on in.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah.
Thank you
Every
so
day
much.
is a new journey here in quarantine, isn't it? So,
I bet. Yes. And
especially if
launching
you're,
a book during quarantine time.
yeah, you know what though? Oh my God, sorry, everyone. I'm really apologize. My hair, my face, it's literally like a wake up, get everyone ready and get on kind of morning. Yeah, I think it's actually the most perfect ideal time for the book to come out. It was actually supposed to come out earlier in April, and it was pushed due to COVID-19, just for a matter of fulfillment in the orders and being able to send everything to everyone. But it's really such a perfect time now. May is actually Women's Health Month. It was Mother's Day. I think, the whole beginning, if you're a parent, it's been a lot about getting the kids transitioned, and a lot of it like letting your own self go a little bit, dealing with the uncertainty, with the stress, with the emotional ups and downs. And now we're kind of in this stage 2 of, I have to take care of my body. It's the summer. I can still, take walks outside. I can still be active. I can still nourish my body. It's even more imperative that I do, because we're seeing right now more than ever, health is wealth. And the healthier and stronger you are, the more confident you'll feel in, just your overall state of being right now. So it's perfect time. I hope everyone is feeling this. Everyone is feeling kind of fed up with eating poorly and eating under stress and emotional conditions, and actually wants to get to the point where they can drop that emotional struggle and hardships with their food and eating in their bodies, and actually get to the point where they want to treat it well and take care of it and learn the most fun, practical, and simple and effective way to do so with my book, You Can Drop It.
Which is quickly becoming a #1 seller on Amazon, and it's already received 50 5-star reviews, correct?
Yes. Yes.
So kind of tell us what's your favorite part of the book?
It's such a great question. I actually just completed recording the audiobook, and I had the amazing opportunity to socially distance myself in a studio. It was like wonderful in that, you're alone in a booth regardless, and the audio engineers are all in a separate room. So I got to really read the entire book out loud and record this audio book this week, which was so perfect because it was the same week that people were getting it at home. And it's so powerful. I think we all have a few books, or at least one book we can think of that really changed our life forever, or our viewpoint of certain things forever. I know I certainly have at least 2 books I could think of at the top of my head that always made me just think a little bit differently for the rest of my life, whether it was on business, family, gratitude, just from like a novel of an interesting story or anything. And this will definitely change your life. There's no doubt there are lines in this book. There are tips, suggestions, tools, and real mindset shifts that you are going to experience while reading You Can Drop It, that will not only help you drop tons of pounds on the scale, but will also just free you of ever worrying that you would ever gain it back. Because once you start to see and view food and emotional eating and everything differently, it makes weight loss so much easier. I always say weight loss gets much easier when you go from, I have to lose weight and eat better, to I get to lose weight and eat better. And that's not an easy shift, but I will walk you through how to do that simply, not in a way that's like, I need to eat broccoli and chicken and just lose weight so I can be happy. More in a way of, I'm eating delicious food along the way, which is one of my principles. You have to be enjoying and thinking that the food you're eating is delicious and filling every step of the way, so that you're like, am I really going to drop weight? And then you see that you do, and you're like, wow, this is fulfilling and enjoyable as I lose weight. And that's how you'll ultimately keep it off for good, which is my absolute principle. I'm not interested in just getting you to drop 20 pounds by July 1st because you think that's when we're all going to be seeing each other. I want you dropping pounds by June 1st, July 1st, August 1st, keeping it off in August and September and October, losing more if you choose, like whatever you want to do, you'll be able to do. And then once you drop this weight, you drop it for good.
Awesome. I love talking about the mindset, because so many people think that eating healthy is they just got to eat salads. And you really do provide a way for people to have a mindset shift and to have a lifestyle shift for this to be for the rest of their lives, where they're going to lose the weight and keep it off. So kind of what kind of chapters, or what do the chapters look like in your book that are going to help them drop it?
Right. If you already have the To Be Mindset program, then you might know that I walk you through like what you want to do and how you want to eat and stuff like that. The book is a little different, right? Because I've been seeing private clients for years. I have a private practice for over 8 years, seeing everyone and anyone, and at UCLA, seeing everyone. So I've seen hundreds and hundreds of clients at UCLA, from the janitorial staff to the professors, to people in the business school, to secretaries, to everything, nurses, and everyone in between. So what I've realized and filtered, even with a registered dietitian license and even with a master's degree in nutrition, I realized that weight loss really comes down to 3 pillars, which is one of the first chapters in the book. So you really understand what my 3 pillars of weight loss are. And essentially, weight loss is not just about nutrition. There are thousands of weight loss and diet books that will tell you exactly what you want to eat, exactly teach you that for breakfast you want to eat this, for lunch you want to eat this, for dinner you want to eat this, and a huge list of foods you don't want to eat. Yes, nutrition is very important, and I will tell you exactly what you want to eat. But nutrition is really just one pillar of weight loss. What you eat is and knowing proteins and fats and carbs and fiber, that's only one pillar. Emotions play an enormous role. And within the 3 pillars in the emotional eating section, I actually go through emotional eating A to Z. And you might not think that you're an emotional eater. I promise every single one of us eats out of some emotion, whether it's elevated eating, like it's a birthday, and so you want to elevate the experience by having a piece of cake, or I have like 20 different kinds of emotional eating, or it's lonely eating, like you're kind of eating because it's a companion, or it's FOMO eating, what I call FOMO eating, like everyone else is having it and you kind of have that fear of missing out, or it's the what I call procrastinating, which is one of the things that I deal with the most, which is, you have so many other things that you need to do, but you're like, I should just make a snack instead. There are so many emotions that play a role in it. Or it's like, because I deserve it, or what I call innocent eating, of like, I'm eating so much protein, like it can't be so bad that I'm just having this and this and this and this and this. And like, it can't be so bad to just have a cookie. Well, when you know that every time you have one cookie, you end up eating the whole sleeve of cookies, and then that propels you into this X, Y, and Z, and waiting until Monday to start and all of that, that is an emotional trigger. But there's also nutrition piece, right? Because if you weren't full enough from the dinner you ate, then you're going to be set up for more emotional driving to late night snacks and so forth. So that's the nutrition pillar, that's the emotional pillar, and there is certainly an environmental pillar, because insight in stomach. So you wouldn't have had the late night binge altogether if you didn't have it flooded in your pantry, right? And of course, that's not easy for parents or people who live with other people, and you have all these chips and Pringles and pretzels and all these things in the house. Like, so a lot of people are like, how am I ever supposed to lose weight? It's in my environment. Well, I really walk you through in the environment section how to make your environment work for you. So what is insight in stomach are the things that you need to lose weight. So it's not just about the food you eat and the nutrition principles you need to know. And I break that pillar down, I think, more simply than like anyone on that matter. But then the emotional and environmental piece are huge. So I really break down for you within each pillar what you need to know in order to drop the pounds. So I love that 3 pillars of weight loss chapter, which is early on in the book. And then I really kind of go into that nutrition piece a bit, which is a lot of what you may learn within the To Be Mindset program, but in a much different way, right? Like if you are a book reader and you already have the To Be Mindset and you're wondering what the difference is, if you're a book person, you're going to appreciate this book, right? Because within the To Be Mindset program, I explain to you the whole program of what to do and how to eat, in 2 hours. And it's very like, do this, do that. And it's awesome how clear it is and how over 240,000 people have done it. And I've seen results like from the 5 stubborn pounds to we have people who've lost over 120 pounds. So obviously that program like does the trick and tell you what to do. The book is definitely much deeper into the storytelling and understanding of how I've gotten to that, and really also plays to the objectives we have with each of these things. Because in the To Be Mindset, I tell you to drink all this water. Well, if you're the type of person who needs to know why and wants to understand the research behind it and how drinking water actually helps you lose weight, well, I really walk you through that in the book and really help you realize like, well, if you have to pee, then do this, and then veggies, right? So in the program, I say, eat a lot of veggies. This is what you want to have. I have a lot of recipes, but then within the book, I really walk you through, well, what if you're gassy? What if you're picky, right? So all these objections and that all those questions that I'm faced with in a private practice that I'm able to share within a book setting. And then we have this unbelievable section of recipes that you're going to go crazy for. I literally make every single recipe. I have one copy of the book here in my office with like all the philosophical things. And then I have another one that's like stained because it's pretty much my recipe book in the kitchen. I have, spices all over it and everything. And then there's a 30-day slim down plan, like an unbelievable meal plan. I'll show you. And my absolute favorite chapters, if you already have the To Be Mindset program, if you've already seen success, but you feel like you're at a plateau or you're scared you're not going to keep it off for good, the chapters 7 through 10, I think will change your life forever. I mean, I say things in there that are pretty bold. There's definitely a little cursing within the book because I've had to be really tough on my own self in order to drop 100 pounds and keep it off. And that's actually what my private clients pay for me to say and hear, is not necessarily all the PC stuff that I would share on social media. So that's definitely within the book too. So here's just to show you the slim down plan. It literally walks you through a grocery list, what you want to eat for every meal. And there's so much color in the book. I think you're going to freak out. And then I talk about in the second half of the book, after the meal plan and all the recipes, I really get into the self-sabotage. All that self-sabotage when you tell yourself that, I deserve this, or, I don't even care. I just want to eat what I want. How to work through that. So here's definitely, I have beautiful visuals in the book. If you're a visual learner, you're going to love that. But within the second half of the book, I really go deep on how you really want to view exercise. So you're not just feel like you keep exercising, you keep pushing play, but you're not getting results. Why? I think that my viewpoint on exercise is one of the biggest game-changing principles for a lot of Beachbody coaches and just Beachbody customers who just keep pressing play and just they're not slimming down necessarily, like maybe losing inches or feeling stronger and feeling healthier, but not really losing that weight they want, not really getting into those old genes that they expected to. So that is definitely going to help you a lot. So I can't wait for you guys to get the book.
Oh, that I'm like want to read the whole thing like right now because
I really recommend it.
So much information. I love the 3 pillars that you talked about and really getting to know yourself. And
I just want to show all the color in the book. It's like really, really, really visually beautiful. Yeah,
that's really amazing. I'm so excited for that. I
know you can drop it.
I also know that you kind of talk about being able to evolve your thinking from problem stating to problem solving.
That's the theme of the book. That is definitely the theme of the book. That, yes, totally. If you're the type of person who keeps saying, I can't lose weight. It must be menopause. It's just this baby weight I can't lose after my kids. Like, it's just quarantine. It's because, finances are tight. I will literally walk you through. I have a whole section in the book stating every single excuse and walking you out of the statement of it's too expensive, it's too hard, it takes too much time, it's too difficult, it's my metabolism, and how to actually walk the bridge to, okay, so what? I can do this. And it's not as simple as saying, drop your excuses. It is a walkthrough. And so I will meet you where you are. I'm not just here on a unicorn saying, poof, you're going to lose this weight. Through stories of how I've been able to get there with clients, with people within the tube mindset community, you will see that you can still drop it despite your circumstances, for sure. And then I also want you to realize, like, this is not a type of book where you want to like binge on all the chocolate and chips in your house, because the second you open the book, you're never going to eat it again. What you'll see is my clients, people who've done the 2B mindset, like within my test groups or worked, closely with me or in the mindset membership, they know I never say you can't have cookies and cake. And what's really interesting is a lot of them go, you never told me I couldn't have it. I just don't want to anymore. And I don't know why that is. So within the book, I really walk you through how to get there, because weight loss is so, so, so easy and attainable and real and effective and fun when you go from I can't have cake to I just don't want to right now, or I just like I could have it tomorrow. Like, how do you get to the point where you actually form self-control around sweets? Because I was 100 pounds overweight. I still am a foodie. I still love eating lots and lots of food. So being able to have, like last night, my daughter, my son and I, we made chocolate bonbons with sprinkles. How was I able to just have a crumb? Right? That's not the me I know that's able to do that. But I will walk you through how you will literally shock yourself at the self-control and your abilities through walking through how I'm going to get you there. And you're not going to deny yourself of things ever. I have a whole chapter on delay, don't deny, and how to work around that. And I also walk you through how to choose a sweet, how to choose a treat, and how to go about it. So you are actually going to find yourself not dropping chocolate for good, but actually becoming a chocolate connoisseur, which is literally what I walk you through. So when you enjoy chocolate, you're actually enjoying it with more enjoyment than you ever have. And that's why the tagline of the book is, it's you can drop it, how I dropped 100 pounds enjoying carbs, cocktails, and chocolate. All things I ate in the past 24 hours, and you can too.
That's awesome. I love, love, love it, because how many times is it people are like, well, I'm going to not have this. And they give themselves like 30 days of going without something, and it's just not sustainable. And all you want to do that whole 30 days is eat that food. And then all you do is look forward to ending the 30 days and going back to your old ways and sabotaging all the hard work that you put in for 30 days. And so I bet I'm just super excited to be able myself to read and have you help me walk through that problem solving.
I'm so excited for you to read it, Jennifer. I'm so excited for you to read it. I mean, people are going through it lightning fast. I mean, the book only started shipping to people on Tuesday. People are sending me pictures. They're on page like 220. I'm like, you are impressive. But it is like what, my friends and family are saying, it really reads like I'm talking to you. It should feel very conversational, very fun. But I do want to say, while the book will change your way of thinking and allow you to drop weight instantly, like I will tell you literally at what page in the book, now you know everything you got to know to start dropping pounds. Right? So like the rest of the book is gravy for helping you keep it off and keep consistently losing weight. So I literally tell you, like by about page 100 or maybe 60 or so, somewhere in that range, I will tell you like, okay, now you have everything you need to start losing weight. Now let's get into the meat so you keep losing weight, right? Like you said, like now you have everything you need to know to get through the first 30 days and lose 5 to 15 pounds, or whatever it is for you. But then we have to keep the rest of the book is there to make sure that you keep doing it, it keeps feeling satisfying, it keeps attainable, and you are still losing 2 pounds or so a week, every week until you hit your goal weight. And I have a whole section of the book on how to maintain it. There are very, very, very few weight loss books, if any, that have a section within the book on maintaining the weight, which to me is crookery. Like I've always thought a lot of this is crookery. There's even a lot of health professionals I won't even go into, which I think the way they've set up their private practices have been crookery. I've never made a client have to come to me to weigh in on a scale. Like That is ridiculous to me. You should feel so independent. You should feel from day one that you've got this. And I want to make sure within the book, within the 2B Mindset, within the Mindset membership, no one ever feels dependent on me to lose this weight. They always have the tools. Yes, it's always helpful to have support, to have the next method, to have the next idea in real time, new recipes to keep you engaged, to keep you happy, to keep you motivated, a community for that support. But the book is really like, it's much less about me. It's more you. It's you can drop it, what you can do to do this. So it should feel very empowering. But I do want to say, yes, you can drop weight from the book. Yes, you can drop weight from the 2B Mindset, but without the book. But the bottom line is, the bigger of a struggle you have with your weight loss, the more you need more, right? Because there's so much negativity going on in our head. You need the 2B Mindset in all forms to help you live happily and healthily, and really keep it off happily and healthily and successfully keep it off for good. And the book, while I tell you the benefits of tracking, and that you really can't lose weight happily without guilt, without self-sabotage, without all that understanding, without getting it out of your head and onto paper or written down somewhere. And I explain that, you really like, and I tell people within the book, you could just buy the 2B Mindset Tracker alone. But honestly, in order to do this best, it really, 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 you really need at the bare minimum, the 2B Mindset Tracker or access to the app, as well as the book. So I really do, obviously, I recommend them both together. I know there are hundreds of people within the membership community who have the 2B Mindset program, have been doing it, have the Mindset membership, and just got the book. I mean, these are men who are literally have gone from BMIs that were obese to BMIs that were slim, healthy, and they feel happy. They feel like they're still enjoying their families, their friends. They feel like they're not being overwhelmed by quarantine the way other people in their community, in the world are. They have more confidence. They have greater health. They have like such a better outlook on life. So, I mean, of course, I recommend they all come together. If you do get the book without the program, you can totally do that 100%, especially if you're a book reader, you're not a video program watcher, perhaps. But at the very least, I highly recommend also getting the 2B Mindset Tracker.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ilana, for coming on and kind of walking us through what you can drop it looks like. And it sounds like it's going to be so beneficial for everyone who reads it, because you're giving them the tools for themselves, right, to be able to work on your mindset, get a better understanding of your nutrition, why you're eating the way you do, and be able to fix it and change it while having the support system of you walking you literally through the book on how to do that while you're in the process. It's not a read all the way through to the end and then start. It's starting right at the beginning, which is what I am most excited about. And thank you so much for taking
Thank you, Jennifer.
And chat with us. And we really appreciate it. And thanks, champions, for joining us today. And we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, champions. You're the best.
Bye-bye.